We back live, man, as promised. All right. So I'm gonna do a video. Got a couple of things to talk about, but once again, like to give thanks to the Great Spirit, give thanks to my ancestors, always thankful, for just using me as a vessel, you know what I'm saying, to bring the information, the knowledge to all people, the enlightenment for all people. That's what I'm about. And it's all about love. So the last video, man, it was just having some fun, all right? Because this video I'm doing right now was supposed to be the intended video, but I just felt the need to just, like I said, just do a video, man, just to, for fun, pretty much. It wasn't really to prove anything to anybody, you know what I mean? I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. To me, it was just for fun, all right? But here we go. Okay, so we're gonna talk about marijuana and gun licenses, and you have to be very, 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 very careful. Okay, because personally, again, that's my opinion. I think that it's a setup that's actually taking place. All right. So when you think they're giving you something, you have to pay attention. What's next? Yep. I was just on, but I have some information, like I said, that I got to bring. That was supposed to be the first video, or the only video. This one right here, but we back on something different. Again, it's dropping information. And again, everything is for the enlightenment of our people, all right? So let me just read this real quick. Federal law prohibits medical marijuana users from possessing or buying firearms and ammunition, even if state law allows the drug's use. An individual can't have both licenses under federal law. Any marijuana user is an unlawful user of a controlled substance. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals has upheld this rule. Marijuana in any form is illegal under federal law. Users of marijuana are prohibited persons. All right, what does that mean? It means that even if a state, okay, says, well, hey, you know what? You could get a license, all right? You could still catch a federal charge. So you see what I'm saying? So brothers and sisters, those are the things we need to be talking about instead of all these distractions that people are coming with. You feel me? So I'm just here to drop the real information, and I'm going to continue to do that. You see what I'm saying? It says, how would you acquire? That's something else I'll have to talk about in another video, family. I want to stay on topic. The topic of the video is literally marijuana, gun licenses, and more. The more is not really about that. So we could talk about that another time, please, if you don't mind. I really want to stay on course in terms of what I'm going to talk about, right? But I'll make a note of that, you know what I'm saying, too, and I'll address that in another video, okay? So I'm not going to disregard it. And that's to Kamalas the Great, all right? So please don't take it as a disrespect. I'm going to address it. It says, all right. Let me say it's national, all right, being from another country, all right. So I'll address that, another time, all right. So here we go. So I'm gonna share my screen, and then we're gonna get on this real quick, right? Let's get this bill going. Let me share the screen, because I want y'all to know what's going on, man. I don't like the fact that my brothers and sisters are getting caught up in all these legal situations. And these people give you one thing, but at the same time, they're taking something back. Like they give you the left hand, but they're reaching out with the right hand to take everything from you. And, what they might take from you is your freedom, all right? Send you to jail. So we're going to talk about that. And we're going to get into this, man. Let's get into this build, all right? And I do what I do because I love y'all, like real talk. All right. I truly do, man. I love my people. All right. So anyway, here we go. Okay. And that's on the usconcealedcarry.com. US concealed carry. Let me see. Concealed. Yes. usconcealedcarry.com. All right. It says federal law prohibits persons, including marijuana users. All right. You have 18 USC 922, federally prohibited persons. All right, so go research that yourself. the Federal Gun Control Act of 1968 and the Federal Omnibus Consolidated Appropriations Act of 1997 make it illegal for a person who fits into any of the following categories to ship, transport, receive, or possess firearms or ammunition. These laws prevent a state from issuing a concealed carry license permit / permit, as it would be illegal for people who fit in these categories by federal law to own or possess a gun. All right? Fugitive from justice. So you cannot have that. Persons who are unlawful users of or any addicted to narcotics or any other controlled substances, including what? Medical marijuana. Okay? So even if you have a card, all right, saying that you have a license or a card to smoke or use marijuana, even if the state that you live in, even if they say it's legal, then the federal government could still put a charge on you because it's illegal federally. Now, it seems that that might be a contradiction, but here's the thing. A lot of people don't realize, or maybe you do, that the states are actually independent countries, all right? But at the same time, they're under the jurisdiction of the federal government. It's like, you know, they do this back and forth battle where they struggle for power. Okay, the states say, well, you know what? We came together and we decided that we're going to have a federal government and the federal government shouldn't control us. But the federal government is saying, nah, you know, we are the head, not, you know, bosses. So whatever we say, go. So there have to be a balance, but they could be technical and trap you into certain situations, and you could still catch a federal charge even if it's legal in your state. So I just wanted to point that out, okay? Just wanted to point that out. Now, let us go look at this download that the U.S. Department of Justice, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosive, Washington, D.C., all right? Open letter to all federal firearm licenses. The Bureau of Alcohol, and I'm putting all that stuff in the link of the video so you guys can have it, okay? So you could do your own research. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosive, ATF, has received a number of inquiries regarding the use of marijuana for medical purposes and its applicability to federal firearm laws. The purpose of this open letter is to provide guidance on the issue and to assist you, a federal firearm licenses or licensee, in complying with the federal firearms laws and regulations. A number of states have passed legislation allowing on the state law, keyword, on the state law, the use or possession of marijuana for medical purposes. And some of these states issue a card authorizing the holder to use or possess marijuana on the state law. During a firearms transaction, a potential transferee may advise you that he or she is a user of a medical marijuana or present a medical marijuana card as an identification or proof of residency. As you know, federal law 18 U.S.C. section 922 subsection G 3 prohibits any person who is an unlawful user of or addicted to any controlled substance as defined in section 102 of the Controlled Substances Act, 21 U.S.C. 802, from shipping, transporting, receiving, or possessing firearms or ammunition. Marijuana, now here's the key, right? They say any unlawful user. Now you may say in your mind, well, Chief, I'm not an unlawful user because I have a card. You see, that's where it gets a little contradictory, because the state is saying, well, you know what? You are a lawful user because we issue you a card, and then here we go with the federal jump off now. All right? Marijuana is listed in the Controlled Substance Act as a Schedule 1 controlled substance, and there are no exceptions in federal law for marijuana purportedly used for medical purposes, even if such is sanctioned by the state. Further, federal law 18 U.S.C. section 922 D3 make it unlawful for any person to sell or otherwise dispose of any firearm or ammunition to any person knowing or having reasonable cause to believe that such person is an unlawful user of an addicted to controlled substances, as provided by 27 CFR section 478 period 11 or point 11. An inference of current use may be drawn from evidence of a recent use or possession of a controlled substance or a pattern of use, possession that reasonably conveys the present time. Therefore, any person who uses or is addicted to marijuana, okay, they didn't just say addicted, but they say uses or is or addicted to marijuana, regardless of whether his or her state has passed legalization authorizing marijuana use for medical purposes, is an unlawful user of or addicted to a controlled substance and is prohibited by federal law from possessing firearm ammunitions. So you see how they are the double talk, the double talk again. It's like they give you one thing, but in another jurisdiction they say, nah, it's unlawful. So I'm just saying to be very mindful, because yes, your state might say it's lawful, but you might be carrying, and then you have a card saying you have a license for your gun and marijuana. And if you get caught, all right, even if you get caught in your state, if they want to be spiteful, they could take it to federal. Even if the state says it's legal, all right, but you have a license for a gun or a permit and you have the card at the same time, all right, then if a sheriff pull you over and you say, well, I got a license for my gun and it's legal in the state. Now they're going to say, you know what? Well, the federal law says, Title 18 USC Section 922 G3 says, well, it's unlawful, regardless of what. Now you're going to look out here dumbfounded, like, what you mean? So be mindful of the games that these people play. Okay, it is. I keep telling y'all, it's not to your benefit, this whole legalization of marijuana, but y'all don't want to listen. Like I said, y'all always hear older folks say, a hard head make a soft behind. Y'all gonna learn. All right, so let's read this again. Okay. Well, we're not going to read the entire thing. It says, such persons should answer yes to question 11E on the ATF form 7473, August 2008. Now, I have the form. We're going to go to that form, and I'll show you exactly what they are talking about. Firearms, transaction record, and you may not transfer firearms or ammunition to them. Further, if you are aware that the potential transferee is in possession of a card authorizing the possession and use of marijuana under state law, then you have reasonable cause to believe that person is an unlawful user of, you see what I'm saying? So it's saying even if you have a card and somebody sell you a gun, but you have that card, then you still become an unlawful user of a controlled substance. As such, you may not transfer firearms or ammunition to the person, even if the person answered no to question 11E on the ATF form. ATF is committed to assisting you in complying with federal firearms laws. If you have any questions, please contact ATF's Firearm Industry Programs branch at blah, blah, blah. Now let us go look at that form. Okay, that is the U.S. Department of Justice, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosive. All right, that's the form that they're talking about. The form is what it says. The form is 11E. All right, so here we go. We're looking at the form. Okay. Now it says, warning, you may not receive a firearm if prohibited by federal law, by federal or state law. The information you provide will be used to determine whether you are prohibited from receiving a firearm. Certain violations of Gun Control Act 18, same thing, 18 UFC 921 or whatever that is, all right, punishable by up to 10 years, all right, imprisonment and or up to 250,000 in fines. Okay, So even if you have a card, now let us go down to 11E. All right, those are all the information that they're asking, you know, place of birth, current state. Let's go to 11E. It says what? It says answer the following questions by checking yes or no in the boxes to the right questions. Let us go to E. Let us go to E. Are you an unlawful user or addicted to marijuana or any depressant, stimulant, narcotic drug, or any other controlled substance? Warning, the use or possession of marijuana remains unlawful under federal law, regardless of whether it has been legalized or decriminalized for medical or recreational purposes in the state where you reside. Now, you see how tricky that is? Are you an unlawful user? But you might say, well, I have my card. But boom, they hit you with it's unlawful under federal law. So brothers and sisters, all I'm saying is be careful, be mindful, and I just want to show you that the trick that's being played. Okay? All right? All right? But again, all right? So here's the thing, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to realize that these people play the semantics with the words and their codes. So at the same time, yes, you could have a license, all right, in your state. It's legal, lawful to smoke. But then if you have a firearm license, that could be considered a federal, you know, like it could be considered federally, you know, illegal or unlawful. And you could be go to jail for 10 years or fined $250,000. All right. So let us go through some of the comments and let us see if we could address some of those. All right. So just before I go into the next segment of what I want to talk about. All right. Much love, family. Much love. All right. Yes, I was just on, but you know, we have a lot of work to do. So we back. All right. We back. All this stuff to me is important because I realize that our people are suffering for the lack of knowledge. You dig? And I don't want us to get caught up in situation. Well, I don't smoke, so I wouldn't get caught up in that situation. But for those of you who smoke, I'm not telling you don't smoke. I'm not saying that. But I'm just letting you know what you're up against when you think that in your state it's legal and you got your card. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, you know, please be careful. All right, be careful. That's all I'm just saying. All right. So yes, Chief. Yeah, it's definitely a trap. All right. It's a trap. That's what it is. So be mindful. Okay, be mindful. Because you know you have your young children out there. You know what I mean? They're 18, they're 19, they're 16, and they feel they they could smoke because it's legal in the state. And you know, I'm telling you, man, like our people don't realize what we are dealing with, what we are facing, man. You know what I mean? And that's what we should be focusing on. You see what I'm saying? That's what we should be focusing on. Coming together as a people so we could deal with these situations. Not out here debating and fighting each other. Come on, man. Peace and love, family. You know what I mean? Says, here in Florida, it's illegal for medical marijuana, but you cannot have a gun license. Yep. Well, Florida is a whole beast by itself. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, Florida is a whole beast by itself. All right? Okay? Absolutely. I don't know what marijuana is either. But then now you have to go before the court. Oh, man, what happened here now? Okay, now you have to go before the court and deal with that situation. And you could win. By all means, you could win. But my thing is this. I say, you know what? You want to smoke? Smoke in your house. All right? Don't be out there smoking and, you know, just attracting danger to yourself when it comes to dealing with these people. That's just my, you know, my advice, or that's what I would do if I smoked. All right? It's unlawful due to the federal law. Too many contradictions between the state and federal government, yet the supreme law of the land is constitutional law. That is true, but you have to ask yourself again, are they really respecting the Constitution? You see what I'm saying? Because they go between battling each other. All right, the federal government is fighting for jurisdiction. The state is saying sometimes you don't have jurisdiction, but at the end of the day, when it comes to us, they all agree that we are going to be tried. whether it be by the state or the federal government. Okay, so we are the ones that's always getting the shorter end of the stick. All right, so let's keep that in mind. Okay. Now it says, please see American Indian Religious Freedom Act of 1971 and the Freedom of Religion Act of 1933. Yes, I'm aware of that as well. But at the end of the day, to them, an American Indian is a federally recognized Indian. That's why they're giving a lot of us who are not federally recognized a hard time. So we have to be playing all these games with these folks. And the only way we could combat that is through unity. But how can we unite when we have all these distractions? You know what I mean? But for those of us who need to unite, we will. I know it's going to happen. It's already happening. You did. All right? Well, the supreme law is the law of the land through the Constitution, which derives from the people, and yet violate these laws on it. Yes, that's absolutely. I agree. That's what they do. That's why the people, you know, have to step up. We the people. You know what I mean? So just wanted to share this. So yes, in other words, it's illegal, period. So that's what it is. You see what I mean? They're saying on a state level, yes, we're gonna make it legal. So now they get you to spend your money. It's booming the economy for the state, right? But now when it comes, they don't want you to have the guns, period. So now they're saying if you have that card and you have a gun and they catch you, even if you have a license for both, now the state will say, well, okay, you know what? Yes, we make it legal in the state, but now you have a gun. When you put the two together, that's a federal offense. You see what I'm saying? Because they don't want us, because they know our people are the ones that's going to be smoking all the time. So they don't want our people to have gun licenses, period. They don't want you to be armed. Keep that in mind, all right? Keep that in mind. They don't want the people to have guns. But look at the question asking about the state you reside, placing you in their jurisdiction. It is imperative to be outside of the jurisdiction by way of domicile and territory. Well, again, with territory, that could be very tricky because if you're using their zip codes, you're using their mailbox, you're still in their territory. But anyway, that's a different story. A link is put in there, so you guys are gonna have to click on that link to see what it is. All right. Here we are in California, and you see billboards advertising legal weed. Well, yes, the state make it legal, but the federal government is saying that, you know what, we could come and shut you down, period. Okay. All right, the weed out is now, all right, so just keep that in mind, all right? Just wanted to come and share that bit of information with y'all, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is, I did say marijuana, gun licenses, and more. So now we're going to go into the more. So let me share my screen right now, and we're going to get into the second half of the build, all right? We're going to get into the second half of the build. On another note, here we are, okay? On another note, two tribes aren't recognized federally, yet members won 500 million in minority contracts. Brothers and sisters, like it, you know, and I'm not gonna get emotional, but I am. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm just gonna hold that I'm not gonna shed a tear because it really hurts. You know what I'm saying? That our people are so disenfranchised that we cannot even come together, you know, for the greater good of our children, our elders, our people. While you have every other ethnic group who claiming to be us, they're getting all these funds. Even people who are not federally recognized. Look, two tribes aren't recognized federally, yet members won what? 500 million in minority contracts. Do you know what that could do for our people? If we have our communities and businesses and schools and what we could open, what we could do for our, and look at these people. You see what I'm saying? Let me ask you a question for all you haters. Do they look like you? Do they look like the American Indians you say you are? But I'm not even going to get into that. Let me stay on message. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna go back there, man, because this is just ridiculous. Okay? Tribal council members break ground on Machis Lower Creek Indian tribe of Alabama's new tribal complex and church in Elber, Alabama in 2012. Okay? Jason Johnson / Southeast Sun. That's in Alabama. All right? Those are the people that got 500 million in minority contracts because they say that they are you. But yet still, y'all want to keep fighting. I tell you, man. Whoo! I don't know. I don't know what we did, but whatever we did, we sure paying for it because this is not normal, man. It's not natural. Nah, it's not natural. It's not. It's not. Well, I don't know what, man, listen. Anyway, companies set up by members of a self-described and state-recognized Creek Indian tribe in Alabama have received more than 240 million in federal minority business contracts, despite a determination by the U.S. Bureau of Indian Affairs that there is no credible evidence the group has Native American ancestry, and the Los Angeles Times investigation has found. Man, that is hurtful. Like seriously, like I seriously want to cry for my ancestors right now. Okay, read this again. Companies set up by members of a self-described tribe. Why don't y'all do videos and go talk about them? Why don't you go call the U.S. government about them? But you want to call it you. In fact, I'm not even going to go there, man. And said that, right? Self-described and state-recognized Creek Indian tribe in Alabama have received more than 240 million in federal minority contracts, despite, okay, the determination by the U.S. Bureau of Indian Affairs. So the same Bureau of Indian Affairs who don't want to recognize us, they're recognizing these people here, okay, as Indians. Gave them 240 million, okay, federal contracts worth an additional what? An additional 273 million have gone to two companies run by a member of a different Native American group in Alabama with no federal recognition as a tribe. You should be ashamed of yourselves, okay? The ability of company owners with questionable Native American identity to obtain more than $500 million in taxpayers funded minority business contracts reflects a nationwide failure by agencies overseeing programs set up decades ago to help socially and economically disadvantaged minority groups. You see, that's money that have to be spent, okay? It is put aside as part of the budget. But because we ain't stepping up, because we here fighting each other, oh, well, he has an accent, oh, well, he's this, oh, she's that, oh, this and that, we are not getting it because we are still considered a minority group, okay? And they have minority business contracts that's supposed to go to us. But no, y'all wouldn't know about that because you're too busy fighting. You feel me? But don't be mad at people who take your place. Don't be mad at them. Don't be mad at them. They see an opportunity and they took it. I'm not mad at them. What they say, don't hit the player, hit the game. It is what it is. It is what it is. Including the Alabama Outlaws. The Times has found more than 800 million in federal contracts awarded to companies whose owners made unsubstantiated claims to be Native American. Although the total is almost certainly higher. The contracts were for construction, computing, and other projects in 27 states, including California. Federally recognized Native tribes and other racial ethnic minorities are the losers. Okay? A Times analysis of a small business administration contracts found Native American companies are often overrepresented compared with the other minority groups. But the disparity is particularly stacked in Alabama, where Native Americans comprise less than 1% of the state's population. But Native American businesses were awarded more than $2 billion through the SBA's minority program since late 2000. And they constitute only less than 1% of the Alabama population. That's what y'all need to be focused on. not focus on me that's here uplifting my people and bringing real knowledge. Go fight that. The comparison, while African Americans make up 26% of the state's population, black businesses in Alabama receive about 827 million in minority business contracts. The records show black business owners in Alabama say they struggle to compete against Native American companies and suspect many are owned by whites. California and 5 other states have moved to strip minority status from the companies examined in the Times earlier reports on contracting programs. In addition, the U.S. Department of Transportation has called for a nationwide review of Native American contractors to ensure the owners are members of the recognized tribes, and the Small Business Administration Inspector General has begun an audit of the SBA certifications of Native American contractors. Each year, the federal government reserves 5% of its multi-billion-dollar contracting budget for businesses owned by eligible minorities, including U.S. citizens who are Asian, Black, Latino, or Native American. But the program's process for vetting applications is seriously flawed. The Times investigation shows one major problem is that the SBA considers business owners to be legitimate Native Americans if they belong to a tribe recognized by either the federal government or a state. Many Native Americans have long opposed allowing states to recognize tribes, arguing that the federal government should make the decision because states often fail to properly screen groups. Alabama has recognized 9 tribes, but only one, the Pooash Band of Creek Indians, is recognized by the Bureau of Indian Affairs, which is part of the U.S. Interior Department. Members of federally recognized tribes in other states have criticized the claims of the other 8, including the Machis Lower Creek Indian tribe and the Ikota Cherokee tribe. They found a loophole. Brenda Golden, an attorney and citizen of the Muskogee Creek Nation in Oklahoma, a federally recognized tribe, said of the Alabama groups, they are profiting of the misery of our ancestors. Now, that's what the citizen of the Muskogee Creek Nation is saying that, all right? She's an attorney. Well, let me see if I can look her up and see what she looks like. She said our ancestors' misery. Let's go look her up and see what she looked like, okay? And whenever you want to just highlight something, highlight it, and then you could just do a Google search instead of opening up a new browser, and then it will go into a browser, automatically, all right? Just so y'all know. Let me see. Golden Legal Services, Brenda Golden Lawyer. Yep, there we go. Here we go. Oklahoma. Let's see if we see what she looks like. All right. Okay, county. I don't see a picture of her. Okay. Let me go back and let me see. Update this profile. Let me go back and see if I could go to images and see if I could see a picture of her. All right. Images. Okay. Let me see if that's her. Golden Legal Services. There you go. Okay. Well, it has to be one of them. Brenda Golden Esquire, Native. Let me see if I could be a little more specific. Give me a second here. And Muskogee Creek Nation, Oklahoma. Let me add that to the search and see if we could be a little more specific. All right. Let's see if we could be a little more specific. There we go. Yep. So that's her. All right. Now, why don't y'all go tell her she's not a real Indian? Anyway, they said she's found a loophole and said that they are profiting of the misery of our ancestors. So basically, she's saying that, they are the original people here. Okay? Among the beneficiaries of the SBA's rule in Alabama are Atos Systems, Inc. and its joint venture, Area Aerospace. They won contracts worth a total of 273 million, the Times analysis found. The owner of both companies, Donna Coleman, qualified for the Federal Minority Business Program by claiming membership in the Ekota Cherokee tribe, according to the SBA records. But anyway, I'm not going to read the entire thing. I got that in the link below. I have all that stuff. I'm just showing you that some of the things that we as a people need to be focused on. You see what I'm saying? Right? There you go. So let me ask you a question. Why aren't we focusing on these things? Why aren't we focusing on that? All the ones that's out here hating, spreading propaganda, they're talking about the American Indians. Why aren't we focusing on that? You see what I'm saying? So once again, family, oh man, listen, sometimes honestly, I just want to give up. Like, I'm just keeping it real. All right. And that's just me. That's just me and my feelings right now. And I think I'm allowed that. I'm allowed that because y'all don't know. You know what I mean? It's hard to be in the position that I'm in. Okay. To be giving knowledge and information, enlightenment to a people that you love, but yet still a lot of them still coming at you to crucify you. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean I'm going to stop, but I'm telling you, it gets overwhelming sometimes. All right. And pretty soon I'm going to take a little break, take a long vacation because I deserve it, man. I deserve it. But at the end of the day, I'm going to continue to drop the information. You know what I mean? And like I said, the reason why we are not getting what's owed to us is because we are not organized. We are not organized. Over 500 million, close to $1 billion, over $2 billion is put aside for minority groups. Why aren't we getting a piece of that so we could start building ourselves? Nah, we're too busy fighting each other. You know what I mean? That's the problem. So, yes. So here we go. Just wanted to drop that information for you guys. And like I said, man, you know, do as you may with it. You see what I'm saying? Do as you may with it, man. But all I could do is continue to drop that information. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. Okay? It is sad. It's really sad, you know? And I don't know what our people have done. I really don't know. But whatever curse that is, you know, I do not manifest that curse. I do not accept that curse because I am not cursed. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, something major was done on the mainland to my brothers and sisters. It was a major spell that was cast. It was a ritual and it's still going on. And if y'all don't realize, man, if y'all, oh no, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up, Zaz. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to give up. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if we as a people don't realize that we are our biggest enemy, we are our biggest enemy. The pale man is not your enemy. You are your biggest enemy. You feel me? Because you don't know how to love your brother or your sister. You see? And whatever, like I said, whatever it is, it's something that was done to my brothers and sisters on the mainland. Because even when we travel throughout the rest of the Americas, a lot of folks have a different mindset. They come together. Why is it on the mainland that a lot of our brothers and sisters don't get along? Why is that? And you're still not looking within yourself and ask yourself, well, what? Something ain't right. Something is not clicking. It's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual thing, family. But you know what? A lot of us are waking up. A lot of us are coming together. That's why we're here today. I'm not going to give up. I refuse to give up. And like I said, I know my ancestors brought me here for a reason. And it will be manifested. It will. And nobody could stop that because I'm actually on an order. You wouldn't get it. You wouldn't get it. Yes, it's easy for me to get up and go. It's easy. You see what I'm saying? But how could I do that when I know I have found my purpose? And the worst thing in life is for a man or a woman to live life and go back into the grave and not have lived your purpose. That is the worst thing in life. is not to live your purpose. And I have found mine, and I'm living mine, and nobody could stop it. Nobody. I'm going to continue to do it until I see my people rise, until I know my people are where they are supposed to be. And I will continue to say, my people, if you feel you are not one, I'm not your people, then you don't have to be my people. You feel me? But at the end of the day, I'm here to fulfill that mission that my ancestors sent me on. It's that simple. And the more y'all come against me, the more you're going to fall. The more your life is going to be miserable. The more you're going to lose. Because you just don't get it. You just don't get it. There's a spell, like I said, a curse, a ritual that was done on brothers and sisters on the mainland. And if y'all don't wake up, man, and see that, I promise you, it's going to be a nightmare on Elm Street. And I promise you, it's not going to be a movie. Those who have ears, let them hear, and eyes, let them see, man. All right? For real. Okay? Never giving up. Never giving up. You see, people don't realize the race is not for the swift, but for those who could endure. What determines a real man and a real woman is when you go through all the persecutions, when you go through all the attacks, when you go through all the stumbling blocks, okay? When you go through all the deterrents in life, and you stand up and you walk and you take it like a man and you take it like a woman, and you come out on the other side with your head high. That's what makes you a man or a woman, okay? Being a gangster against your own people doesn't make you a gangster. Okay? No, it doesn't make you a gangster. It makes you a wankster. All right, I know that sounds a little corny, like, 50 Cent song, but that's the point I'm trying to make. How could you be a gangster against your own people, but yet still you're a prisoner of war in your own land? Come on, man. Like I said, man, it's just so much work to be done, man. So much work to be done. But you know what, family? We're going to get it done because victory is ours. We have already won. Right now, the ancestors are just separating the wheat from the what do they call it? The wheat from the shaft, or the wheat from the germ, or whatever it is. Something like that. You know what I mean? But the point I'm trying to make is the ancestors are letting people show their true color. You feel me? That's it. The ancestors are letting people show their true color. And when people show you who they are, believe them. Believe them. Like I've always told y'all, right? You shall know a tree by the fruit it produces. How you have a fake tribe, okay? A fake tribe. And let's just say, even if they look like us, that would have been cool. Yeah, the wheat from the tear. Thank you. I appreciate that, right? If they look like us, I'm cool with that. But these people look nothing like us. And they got over 500 million in minority business contracts. 500 million. Do you know what we could do with that? As even a small group of us that come together. And we start building ourselves. Man, like I tell people before, I'm not looking for 2 million people. I just need the handful. That's it. I just need the handful. The allegory. Only 144,000 out of how many billions of people on earth? It goes to show you how small that amount is. I keep telling you, it's not about quantity. It's about quality. And for all those of you who are here right now, I see quality. I feel quality. I don't need the quantity, man. I don't need that. I just need the quality. That's it. And that's what I strive for. And that's what I keep asking my ancestors to gravitate to me. That's it. People with quality. Because quantity is going to be a problem. Okay? Too much hatred and animosity and jealousy and envy. You feel me? Only a small group, a handful. That's it. That's all I want to work with. people who are righteous, people who practice mayat. Okay? People who practice mayat. Let me tell you what mayat is about. Okay? Mayat is about justice, righteousness, balance, harmony, and reciprocity. That's what mayat is about. You feel me? That's what it's about. And your heart got to be as light as a feather. And if your heart ain't light as a feather, I don't want to mess with you. And it doesn't always mean that you're always gonna be in mayat energy. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that you're always gonna be in mayat energy. It doesn't mean that. All right? Because there is a balance. But when you step on the other side, right? Which is, I think it's called Ichfet or Ethet, which is the opposite of mayat. When you step on that opposite side, it's okay. As long as you realize that you took yourself there, then you have to step back into mayat. You see what I'm saying? Our ancestors didn't see, and I'm talking about when we were vibing, our ancestors didn't see anything bad. They only saw good. However, they know when they experience the opposite of good, they knew what it was. It was an experience, and they had to pull themselves back into mayat, where your heart is as light as a feather. Okay? Justice, righteousness, balance, harmony, and reciprocity. Do you know what that means? To reciprocate. People give you love, you give them love. Whatever you put out there in the universe, that's what you're going to get back. That's what it means. So be careful of the seeds that you sow. You are bringing harm to yourself, family. Come on. So I'm not going to come on here and preach hatred to y'all. No, I'm still going to send you love, because that's what I do. I am love. So therefore I love. And you could never hurt me. Never. Keep that in mind. Because I'm not going to give you that power. So I will continue to love. You see what I'm saying? Because I want my heart to be as light as a feather. So even when you come with the negativity and the slandering, guess what? It don't bother me. It don't bother me. Okay? So brothers and sisters, we got work to do. And yes, the 144,000 is an allegory. Okay? It just shows that out of all the billions of people in the world, only 144,000 is going to change things around. So it's just a handful of us that's literally got to step up and do what we got to do. The rest will fall into place. And I just want to continue to be a beacon of light to my people. You see what I'm saying? Absolutely. Humble ourselves, but definitely be ready. You feel me? Because if you think, things are easy, no, they're going to get a whole lot tougher. They're going to get a whole lot harder. And I promise you, you're going to look at people that look just like you, and they're going to come stab you in the back. Okay? Because they have to take that bag for their survival. You feel me? Go look at that movie, the first Purge, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You feel me? So brothers and sisters, continue to sow the seeds of righteousness. Continue to practice mayat. That's all us. It's all us. You feel me? Mayat is a universal thing. You did. So thank you once again for tuning in. And like I said, man, I really love you guys, man. You know what I'm saying? And thank you for the continued just encouragement. You know what I'm saying? It means a lot, because a lot of days, like I said, sometimes, I just want to fold, and just say, man, enough is enough. But then I get an email, I get a text, I get a call, Chief, we appreciate you, we love you, thank you for doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? And it just, build me up again, just motivate me all up again to continue doing what I'm doing. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, enjoy the rest of your continuation. We still got a lot of work to do. Like I said, we got a lot of great things are going to happen for us in 2020. All right. And we're going to be good. we're going to be good. We are actually stepping into our rightful place right now. All right. So once again, for those of you who care to show some love, by all means, please do. But I'm about to conclude this video. All right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because, you know, the real Wakanda is right here. Oh, let me just go real quick to give my sister Mohawk some love out there in California. You know, we got to support our own. We definitely got to support our own. All right. So let us do that. Let me share the screen. All right. Original travelwear.com. I'll also take it and put it in the link below. I mean, in the chat. All right. Here we go. Let us support our own. Okay. Let me see. Dismiss that. Okay. Give me a second here. Okay. So here we go. Yep. Originaltravelwear.com. Go check it out. Men and women fashion, also children. All right. Tribal wear apparel. Go check it out. Go check it out. Uh-oh. Whoa. Featured products. New. Oh wow. They got me up there. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Oh no, and that's not my baby, just so y'all know, okay? I see, you know, the baby got the little onion weird shirt. That's what's up. All right. But that's me up there representing, me up there original. You know what I mean? Representing, man. Like I said, I'm showing love, man. That's it. All right. So there you go. Thank you, Miss Mohawk, for, you know, just showing some love, man. I appreciate that. And I'm always gonna support you. Always gonna support you. All right. Here we go. All right, so I'll take the link and I'll put it in the chat, and you guys go ahead and support our sister, you know, and her family out there in California. And I encourage you guys to be entrepreneurs, man. You know what I'm saying? You have a business, you know what I'm saying, and you know you want our people to know about it. By all means, hit me up and I'll show you some love. You know, that's what I do, man. I want to see our people. I want to see us do great because we are great. You know what I mean? Yeah. So at the end of the day, man, you know what I mean? There you go. Many are called but chosen a few, and you're absolutely right. All skin folk ain't kinfolk, man. We got to keep that in mind. All right. So you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. I appreciate love you guys, and we will talk soon. We will talk soon. All right. May the ancestors continue to guide you, protect you. All right, and continue to use us as vessels to do their work, because this is not about us. This is about our ancestors' legacies. They live in us. They live through us. They are speaking through us. Their actions, all right? They are working in the spiritual realm, but their actions are being expressed through us. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we have to change the narrative of what the American Indian look like. So we have to start putting ourselves out there in these images. You feel me? And it's happening. I know it's happening. And I promise you, like I told you before, they say a promise is a comfort to a fool. But I promise you, I'm making a promise that as long as I have physical wealth and the ancestors keep me, I promise you, I will continue to stand on behalf of our people. And nobody could take that away from me. Nobody. I could promise you that. And I promise you, I will never give up. All right? Even if I take a vacation, I will never give up. Just so you know that. All right? So thank you for tuning in. And we definitely will talk a little later. All right? Feathers up. American Aborigines stand up. American Indians stand up. It's our time. I love y'all. Peace.